unboxing is Dear Ruby, Here Are Hearts. It's letters to civil rights activist Ruby Bridges, by Ruby Bridges, illustrated by John Jay Cabuay. And here we have kids. And also the illustration style is, some of it looks almost pretty realistic. And you have kids who have all kinds of causes they're fighting for. Peace, protect our schools, be yourself, help the homeless, stop Asian hate, save our planet, equality. And it feels like these are letters that actually kids wrote to Ruby Bridges after hearing her story of how she was one of the, I think the only kid to desegregate a school in Louisiana, and how her story has touched them and inspired them. And my own Ruby Bridges story is that she was a speaker for our school, our elementary school here in Newton, and I was the creative arts, volunteer mom at the time. So I got to pick her up and from her hotel and bring her to the school and drive her back, which was such an honor. So I got to actually meet her and spend a little bit of time, and she is truly impressive. So this is by Orchard Books, an imprint of Scholastic. And so, yes, these are the thousands of letters that she received. And then also, true story, when she was that little girl, 6 years old, she worked with a psychologist, Dr. Robert Coles. And I went to college with his son. I mean, he had a couple of kids, but one of his sons was a friend of mine's roommate. And so after I met her, when she spoke at our school, my kids were little, I said, oh, I think Dr. Coles had passed away. But I was like, would you want to talk to his son? And she said, sure. And so I connected them, and they emailed each other. And she always wondered why, he never, because he made a lot of money from the book he wrote, The Story of Ruby Bridges, never sort of reached back in life to help her pay for college. And yeah, that was a great missed opportunity. I feel like he might have, but it just his own life was so busy. He had his own children and just lost track of her. But it's too bad that someone couldn't have connected them when she was in high school, because I feel like he would have supported her. I mean, I don't actually know the dad. I've never met the dad. I only know the son. But he was quite successful. And I think working with her and writing her story really, brought his name out and made him quite famous. So she was responsible for certainly some of the tremendous PR he got. So I feel like he would have. But anyway, because she said she would have liked to be a teacher, but because she didn't have the opportunity to go to college, she would have liked to be a teacher and have opened her own school, as I recall. That's what she wanted to do. But I would say that just as a speaker, touring, giving, just meeting kids all over the world, she has a huge influence, perhaps even more than being a teacher. I mean, in terms of meeting more children, So maybe fate was to have her be this civil rights hero that generations of kids could actually meet, a real life person, and hear their story and be inspired. But anyway, she's quite impressive. These are the stories. This is the Ruby Bridges story that Dr. Robert Coles wrote, and then she wrote many of her own. Because, of course, for this book, she didn't receive any monetary compensation for it. And it's still quite popular. And so here you hear the letters and then how she wrote back. Oh, it's lovely. I love it. I support anything Ruby Bridges does, so I think this is a really important book. So thank you so much for watching, and I will add this to my post about Ruby Bridges.